everyone, and welcome to Worth the Sub, helping you make your channel worth a sub. Today we're talking about questions that you need to ask yourself before starting a YouTube channel. So I'm going to go over some things that even before you start looking at things like what niche should I do, what should the title of my YouTube channel should be. These are questions that you have to ask yourself if this is something you really want to do, which I think it's really important. These are the type of questions when people ask me they're interested in starting a YouTube channel. I always start with these topics and questions to kind of ask yourself, and you don't need to like do anything big. You just need to like really think, sit down, think through them. And if you do agree and you do feel like this is something that you want to do after asking these questions, then go to the next step, which will be in a future video where I talk about finding a niche, finding how to come up with the best name, making sure that those names aren't taken, things like that. But this is like the initial before you even jump into being a YouTube creator. So if this video is helpful for you, don't forget to like and subscribe. But let's just jump right into it now. Questions you need to ask yourself before starting a YouTube channel. So like I said, these are going to be some questions you need to ask yourself. Obviously, I've asked myself these questions every single time I started a new YouTube channel, and I do think that there's obviously several ways people can do YouTube channels out there, but I'm going to kind of go over some of these general ideas to see if you guys are ready to start your YouTube journey. So let's go. So first of all, what is your ultimate goal? So while gaining fame and making money is an awesome perk of being a successful YouTuber, obviously your goal shouldn't be, I just want to be a mega billionaire, make a ton of money. You definitely have to really think about what is the content you're creating. Do you like talking about it? If you're going to be making 1,000 videos, are you okay doing that? So try to figure out what that goal is. And I do think that it's fine that your goal is to make money, be a full-time YouTuber, but really think about the videos that you can create if this is something you could do in a long term. So obviously starting YouTube business does take a while to do, so that keep that in mind as well. So popular YouTubers you watch have gained a huge following from having specific things they offer to subscribers. Obviously, I think one of the main reasons that people start YouTube channels, they see another YouTuber out there like, oh, I could do that, but you have to think about all the steps involved with that. So really figuring out what your ultimate goal is, I think is really important. Even if you say, okay, I want to be an expert in this field, you have no knowledge, just really think about how do you take those steps to reach your ultimate goal. Even though then your goal could be like something that happens in 5 years, 10 years. Just think about, what do I want to be? Where do I want my channel to be? Where do I want to be in my life? And does it make sense? So here's an example. Jeffree Star, for example, not only knows how to apply makeup in skincare like no other, he'll give his raw opinions on every little detail, down to the feeling and the packaging, and he does it in a humorous way. So he probably saw other YouTubers out there, thought that he can do it in his own way, have his own spin on it, and he started his channel, and obviously he has a huge following, and obviously making a good amount being a full-time YouTuber. But here's another example. If you comparison, Emma, for example, on the other hand, is a laid-back, relatable girl, and you can see themselves befriending from her acne woes and coffee session to make it as a teen living on her own in LA. She has an exciting life, but still remains the girl next door who has the same problems and interests as you do. So potentially another channel that you could be watching. So if you only want to get into the business to make money and just be super popular, be like, oh wow, you have 1 million subscribers, then you lack authenticity, which is definitely really important, and people can kind of see through that when they're watching your videos. But if you do have a special skill or like a vibrant personality like Jeffree Star, then you could definitely stand out, and I think that's kind of a good start. So really think about that, how you can, is this something that you're actually really interested in? Are you genuine? For example, if I was to start something on a niche that I had no idea about, but I know that it's super popular, but I'm not really interested in those topics, I'm not really an expert in that, then it's probably not the best niche to be in, and probably people can figure that out. So again, really think about what's your ultimate goal and if you're the right person to do it. The next thing is, how much time are you willing to devote to your channel? So again, treat this as a part-time job until it turns to a full-time job, depending on what you do, right? It depends on what you do. Are you going to be recording the videos? Are you going to be editing the videos? Are you going to be the ones posting it on all social media? One video can take up to 20 hours to edit, so YouTube is a serious commitment, and you definitely have to be scalable, definitely has to be consistent. You can't just post one video 1 month and then 6 months later post another video. You definitely definitely need to be consistent in what you're doing. Is this something that you're going to be spending time on? Obviously, the videos is a big portion of it, recording, but thinking about how do you come up with ideas, fresh ideas that are interesting to make into videos. Are you going to be doing that? Are you going to be writing scripts? Are you going to be doing the research? Tons of things are involved with it. Just because sometimes you see the end product could be like a 10-minute video, don't think that that's only 10 minutes and that's all your time is needed. It could take multiple hours in order to get that video out there. So if you're busy with school or you have other part-time jobs, so really think about if this is the right time to start that YouTube channel. I know a lot of people out there that start a YouTube channel, they make a couple of videos and realize, hey, I don't really have time for this. My real life's getting busy. Things get in the way. Maybe you have a kid. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe you have to move. Whatever. There's a million things that could happen. So figure out, is this the best time to do this right now? I think this one is super important. Do you have thick skin? Obviously, you're going to be posting content that's externally facing. So are you able to disconnect from naysayers and go on as if they don't exist? You're going to be getting negative comments. I kind of did this in a previous video, what to do when you get people in your comments that are not very nice. You have to really think about, okay, is this going to make me stop from doing my channel? Like if I do a video and I get like 100 positive comments and 1 negative comments, am I gonna be like, okay, this is it, I don't want to do it? You really have to have thick skin. You really have to just kind of ignore that out there. Everyone that's putting content out there, no matter what niche they're in, no matter how popular, if they have 10 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, and get negative comments. So you have to really think about how you can focus on the positive, focus on making good content for your viewers that actually care about you, and focus on that, not really get into the negativity portion of it. Just because you see a negative comment, that doesn't mean you should make a video reacting to that comment. You're just gonna go down the rabbit hole. Those people are there to be negative, they're there to be trolls, and they do it to everyone, and you really have to have a thick skin if you're gonna be externally facing on YouTube. So here's an example. When you coexist in such a small world, it's easy to get caught up in the he said, she said nonsense with fellow creators. So there's a lot of examples out there with YouTubers getting into major feuds. I just think it's an overall bad look. You want to make sure that you stay positive on this platform and really think about the viewers that are there to watch you, not the negativity of it, because again, you could just go down the rabbit hole of negativity, and that's something you don't want to watch, and you don't want to have your community kind of bring up these negative comments. So this is definitely an important one. How comfortable are you getting in front of the camera? I know a lot of people that say, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel, but they simply don't want to put themselves on camera. So if you get nervous, even posting Insta stories, make sure to prepare yourself that this is something you can do, because you're going to be posting to people, not only your friends and family, but also random people out there that could see you in positively or negative. It definitely takes some courage and some bravery in order to do so. And I do think that obviously every video that you do, you're going to be getting better at it. So I do think about if this is something that you want to do in the long run, you'll definitely improve on that. But just think about if you're just scared from the get-go, that's not something you want to do in the long term, then maybe it's not the best idea to start a YouTube channel. There's other options out there. You could start a podcast or something like that. We don't have to necessarily show your face. But if you are comfortable talking to the camera, you feel like you're just talking to like your best friend, you feel like you have a lot of things to share, and you're really comfortable doing it, then I think that's obviously a good start. And like I said, you don't have to be awesome talking in front of the camera from day one. You can obviously improve on it. It's a skill, so you just have to keep practicing, keep recording videos, keep thinking, watching your videos, saying, okay, I could have done this section better, get feedback from others. But again, if you don't want to put your face on camera for whatever reason, maybe you don't want friends and family to see you, maybe you don't want your workplace to see you, then really think about, is this the best medium to be doing? How honest are you willing to be? Most YouTubers gain the following via the honest representations of themselves, whether it's in day-to-day in product reviews, makeup tutorials, or day-to-day existence. Viewers turn to creators to get the real deal on someone that fascinates them. Unlike reality TV, YouTube is a place where you go, what goes down is in fact reality. So it's really important to be yourself. Like I said, if you're recording 1,000 videos and you're playing like a specific character or something like that, that's obviously, it depends on what channel and what type of niche you have, but definitely think about what do your viewers want to see? Is it something that they can relate to? And again, is this something that you could do in the long run? And I think that's really important, to be true to yourself. Think about, okay, is this something that I want to keep talking about? Is it something that I could really relate to, I'm passionate about? And can I convey that to others who are also passionate about the same topic? Well, do you deal with your competition? Again, just because you're posting content out there, there's going to be others posting the same content as well, maybe the same topic, maybe saying similar things, and you shouldn't get discouraged about this just because, hey, I'm not growing as fast as these others. Really think and focus about the content that you're making. So really focus on your lane, focus on what you're doing. I would say don't try to steal from the competition, come up with original ideas, and also don't, this person has 10 million subscribers, why am I not at that level yet? Think about obviously time, think about commitment, think about what they're doing. Obviously you can use it as like inspiration, but the idea is that if there's people out there doing the same thing you're doing, I think that's a good sign. That shows that the demand is there, people want to watch it. And the idea is, think about, every day there's gonna be someone starting in the same niche that you're starting in. How do you make yourself stand out? And that goes into my original points about be passionate about it, be authentic about it, and really have the time to focus on being meaningful and making useful videos out there on YouTube. I think this is the last point and probably the most important one. Do you have patience? To make it on the platform, you not only need to have patience when it comes to editing your content, but also while gaining a following. A lot of these followers with 1 million, 10 million followers didn't happen in one day. It took multiple years. And like I said, every niche is different. Every person is different. Every community is different. So don't really compare others. You really have to think about, am I going to do this in the long term? How do I make these videos scalable? Is this something I want to keep talking about 100 videos later, 1,000 videos later? If you really believe in yourself and the content you think you're making relevant, useful content out there, then your following will show up. So I have a couple of examples out there. YouTubers like Emma, for example, found YouTube fame at an unusually quick pace. Again, don't compare it to others. Everyone goes their own pace. But for the average user on the platform, recognition doesn't come overnight. Jenna Marbles, Shane Dawson, other YouTubers have been at it for more than a decade. And it could just be, maybe they made a ton of videos, maybe they made 100 videos, maybe they had 200 videos that didn't do well. And then they finally found the type of videos that really resonates with people out there, and they start focusing on that. And I do think that's kind of how it is. You make content out there and then you see what people like, then you focus on that content. You end up getting better at talking in front of the camera, you end up better coming up with ideas, you end up better interacting with the community, and it all just takes patience, it all takes time. And if that is not something that you have, then I would suggest that you probably don't start a YouTube channel, because I think that's super important. Don't think that your first video doesn't get 1 million views. I guess potentially it can, but most likely it's not. And just really think about, hey, how do I make the best content possible? And I think you'll have a following, you'll have an awesome community, and you'll have awesome subscribers that come your way and that will definitely want to see you succeed in the long term. So again, these are just some of the ideas that I think about, some of the questions I ask myself, I ask others when they're thinking about making a YouTube channel. If there's any others out there that you think you should be asking, please let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching. Catch you guys next time.